Hey, is this working? All right, this is gonna be the test stream. Your boy is sitting alone in his room in the dark, and I've just been messing with streaming stuff to see if there's anything else I even need to do to set this shit up, I guess. But can you guys hear me? Okay, I've literally never like gone live on YouTube before. I can see your guys' comments and stuff, which is kind of cool. I'm muted. Am I muted? It doesn't say that I'm muted. Um, are we sure about that? Matrix, you sure you're Yeah, Matrix, I think you just got your sound off, dog. Oh, y'all are assholes. Y'all some real assholes. Uh, funny. You guys are goofy. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I don't think I've even ever joined a YouTube live stream before. I don't even got my little light on or whatever. But I don't know what you can even do on a YouTube live stream. So like, this is gonna be something where we're kind of gonna have to build it. And like, look, I'm not a streamer, I'm not a person that like really does this shit, right? So I'm gonna have to learn all the streaming stuff with you guys. Like, I don't know if there's certain like emotes or something or sounds or effects, and I don't know how frequent this is going to be even, but I definitely want to do something for the draft. I'm not sure if I have to actually be in the draft room for the team that I work for. I had to last year. I'm not sure if I'll have to this year. I'm guessing I'll be able to be away if I want to, but we'll see what they say. But I definitely want to try to do the draft live and kind of react and talk about it with you guys. Maybe even the lottery or something. That could be a cool thing. Um, all I need is your beautiful face. Are we going to see an Asengwe vid? You guys are going to get all the vids. You guys are going to get all the vids. One of the vids that you guys are going to get is ideal off season, which I'm actually prepping for the first one. Over here, funny enough, I was just building this out this morning and making sure that the spreadsheet was working correctly, and it seems to be. So you guys get a little sneak peek of that. I figured I'd make it kind of worth your time. Will we ever learn what team you work for or not? No, most likely. Well, I mean, eventually you might, but I am under a bunch of NDAs. The NBA team that I'm currently on retainer for, I don't actually have an NDA with, but some of the other teams that I work for in college, I do. Actually, a majority of them I do. All of my international clients I have NDAs with, and there's reasons for that. It's because you don't want, like, if my clients ever play each other, there's specific protocols that I go through to make sure that we're not mixing game plans and things like that and sharing information within the company. But it's easier just to not say anything at all about anyone, because otherwise, you mess something up, and then all of a sudden your boy's going to jail. You wouldn't actually go to jail, but I'd get slapped with a big ass fine. What else? Is there any prospect that would fit phenomenally well? What is there any prospect that would fit phenomenally well with the team? Sure, why the hell not? The draft lottery stream would be dope. Just having reactions to jumps. I'm actually a football coach. So I don't know why I'm addicted to your channel. I don't know why you're addicted to my channel either. I like watching football. I'm a Bears fan though, so that makes everything kind of hard. Live from the draft room, that'd be insane. I trust my gut that it's the Jazz. I mean, you can think whatever you want, but yeah, no, I'd be honored to work for any team that's not the Washington Wizards. So I'll tell you it's not the Washington Wizards, I guess. So there you go. There's 29 teams. I'm not sure that I just know stuff about that franchise, so I'm not gonna do my shit there. I meant in your opinion, does anyone stick out in terms of fit? But for who? Like, does anyone stick out in terms of fit? Like, for who? For anybody? Any prospect on any team? Cooper Flag fits on every team. AVC lives in Minnesota and trains Luca Garza. The rumors being spread. Wizards hate, we love it. Uh, you don't. You guys are goofy, man. This is actually cool. This is actually so cool to have all you guys here and talking live. There goes a job opportunity. Hey, if they ever get new ownership or something, which they won't, then it's fine. But this is kind of cool to have all you guys there. But yeah. So this is just kind of the background of like how these spreadsheets work. So I'll be taking you guys through like ideal off season. You might get a Suns video even this week because we could actually do the Suns right now. What are the Bulls gonna do this off season? That's what we're gonna do in this ideal off season. We're gonna try to figure it out. We're gonna try to figure it out. Should I shrink the chat? Like box that's on the screen? Do you guys think I should make it smaller? Do you guys care if you can see the chat on the screen at all? Is that something that you guys want to see? I literally just made this overlay and it took me like 2 seconds to do it. So I don't know. I hope you don't work for Reinsdorf. No comment there. But yeah, do you guys want the chat like smaller on the screen? It seems like it's covering up like a decent chunk of things. Bulls should rebuild, but knowing them, they'll trade for Sabonis or the Great Kuzma. We would be thrilled to have the Great Kuzma because maybe we'd lose more games. But yeah, curious to hear your guys' thoughts on like this overlay. Like I said, I literally just threw this shit together in like 5 minutes. But would be curious to hear what you guys have to say about it. But yeah, this is what ideal off season will be. Like I just kind of threw the Suns data into here. It's pretty cool. We've got the EPM numbers in here now as well, which is pretty helpful. And then these like just kind of give us a sense as to what the team's looking like overall. So if we wanted to make the team better at defense, right, we'd be like, oh, what if we traded for like Alex Caruso, right? Like that's going to raise like their defensive numbers a ton, obviously. So just kind of something to take note of with that. Shorten it so it doesn't cover Beal's face, maybe a bit smaller. It's not too invasive on the screen. I'm honestly not crazy with chat boxes. Sun's ideal offseason is to build a time machine. Facts. That's so damn true. I can't disagree with that whatsoever. But yeah, this is kind of what the background of the sheets look like if you guys are ever curious. You have to manually go and find pictures because a lot of websites don't let you data scrape certain things anymore, which is kind of annoying. Here's all the EPM data. I just went and I was able to scrape this and go and get all of that, which was kind of cool. I did have to go and put like rankings for things in there though, so that I could get actual like indexes here, which is kind of cool. And then I've got background like finance data and other things for validations and lookups within the spreadsheet, just so that it can work properly. I've got a list of rookies. I'm not even sure if it's completely accurate, if I've got all of the ones that could be drafted in here. How many names are on here? It looks like 61, so yeah, definitely we could add more. What else are you guys saying? Where's Zion going? I don't know. I think that's going to be an interesting one to follow. We'll see if he gets traded at all. When are we seeing footage from the rec league? I'm not going to lie, like there's a dude in my like elite pickup league that does like actually film stuff and put it on Instagram as far as I know. And every time I see shit like that, I find it so cringy. I don't. It just seems weird because here's the thing, like I'm pretty good at basketball. Like you can put me in like a top 1% of like basketball players, right? Just because of the places I've been with things. Now, am I anywhere near an NBA player? No, not even fucking close. But like me going and beating up on some people here and there, like, and sometimes getting my ass kicked, like, I don't know, that doesn't really service me at all, and it feels very egotistical. I know you guys would probably find it entertaining, but it feels weird to me. I don't know, like every time I see it, I'm just like, what are we doing? You like, is it really that entertaining to watch me play in some weird like middle school like a couple times a week? I don't know. We need that footage. AVC rec stream. Get a person behind the cam. How long did you work on this doc? And then how am I doing? I'm doing very well. This doc took me. When I originally made the ideal off-season spreadsheet, it maybe took me like 30 to 40 minutes to throw it together. I've since like edited it. Like today, I went and like made some changes to it. Like I added the EPM numbers and stuff, and that maybe took me like 15 minutes to go and do and just set up how it actually works, put the conditional formatting in place to make sure the colors work correctly, shit like that. So it's not necessarily. Is my name public info? I mean, you could find me on the internet. It wouldn't be hard because there's certain like, I guess, pages from where I coached for what college teams I coached that you would be able to find me. But I don't personally go out and say it. What's my social security and whole life story? Just studying for research. What's your opinion on Tyson Ward? Please tell me if I'm close. Oh, geez. Tyson Ward. French Paris League, I believe. Paris League or Paris League that plays for Paris? if I remember correctly, right? Because he was on the Spurs summer league team, if I'm remembering correctly. I think, yeah, that's what I'm pretty sure. Looking at stuff here though, like this really didn't take me very long to put together. This stuff is pretty easy. I know some people have asked for me to do like tutorials on like how I build this shit. Yeah, he does play for Paris. Okay, that's what I thought, because he's one of those dudes that it like the Grizzlies' new head coach was Tyson Ward's coach in Germany, that he did that thing where he brought like the whole German team with him to Paris when he got the Paris job, and they like went and won the championship. Like that's the biggest reason why I'm like familiar with like him in that story, cuz he's now the Grizzlies coach, right? So I'm pretty sure, yeah, from the Nolan Traor. I don't remember how to say his name. We got to do a live mock. Yeah, from Bon. Yeah, okay. Lefty. Yep, that's right. Yep. But I'm pretty sure that's where the Grizzlies coach like came from. People are saying he's like a basketball savant or something. I've never met him, never had the chance to talk to him or anything, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do a live stream at some point, just taking you guys through like how to build this shit, because it's really not that complicated. Like you can watch a couple YouTube videos. It's more so just the creativity that it takes to do this kind of stuff, like to set up like, you know, the salary cap tracker and everything is really simple. Like these formulas are not that complicated or whatsoever. Like some of this stuff's a little bit manual, like putting the draft picks in and everything, but it doesn't take me much prep time. But no, it should be good for when we do ideal off season and stuff, because we'll use Fanspo. I don't know if you guys have seen, but Fanspo has a lot of new like resources here. Like they've got these cap sheets that you can use. This helps me fill things out like really quickly, which is kind of cool. So that way we'll be able to look at this and be like, oh, do we want to bring Monte Morris back? Do we want to bring Bull back? Do we want to bring Mason Plumlee, Damian Lee, etc., right? Woj is at St. Bonnie's now. That's correct. You said you had a friend who played Nolan, and you thought it was Heafy, another lefty who looks like Ward. My man's trying to do a little bit of deductive reasoning there. I like the way you think. Oh, they still got some cap holds. Look at this. Or this is from the previous season. These were cap holds. That makes more sense. But yeah, there's a lot of cool tools on here. They've got a depth chart. I wonder how they conduct this. Is this from like the most recent game? It must be. That's kind of interesting. You got some trade exceptions on here, which is kind of cool. All the draft picks on here. It's a really nice thing here. Draft order 2025 is on here. I wonder how up to date this is. Do the Bulls really have the 12th pick? Ew. Yeah, I think they do. That fucking sucks. I hate being a Bulls fan. I really, really do. Whatever. But some of these picks haven't been determined yet, though, right? So can anybody figure that out? Because we're debating this on the Discord. If you, I presume everybody here is on the Discord already. Otherwise, I don't know why you'd even be here. But can we figure out when like these coin flips happen for some of these picks? Like, because I'm seeing conflicting information, and it shouldn't be that hard to get an answer on this stuff. What else is there? There's a draft prospects menu. This is pretty sick. Kind of cool to go and take a look at them. I tried to scrape this for all the names, but Fanspo didn't let me, and it was really annoying. Like, I can highlight stuff like this, and I think what would happen is, like, if I just go and if I paste this as values, it's probably all gonna come out like that. Okay, that's not the worst thing. And then what we could do is how many spots are between this? This is a little bit of live, like how I do this shit. Okay, so if I do equals wrap, I think it's wrap rows, and then I do this, and then I do 15. Will that give it to me? Yeah, that was the closest way to do that. So now I can have like a clean list of things, but it looks like something got messed up along the way, or why did it? Was there just like extra spaces? Interesting. But yeah, this is just an easy way to go and like clean data and shit. Why does it have their names twice? Why was that done? Oh no, there's just, actually I don't know exactly why. That's kind of interesting. What else do we got here? When is the lottery? It's in May. The coin flip is Monday, so you may end up with the 11th best odds. Oh really? Can the Bulls move up to 11? Is that correct? Like, do they have like the same percentage? Oh, we do. Come on, need that 11th spot. Maybe it's the difference between us and getting somebody that I actually care about. May 12th is the draft. Yep, I'm a White Sox fan, so trust me when I say everything is Reinsdorf's fault. Nope, I completely agree with that. Yeah, like I'm not on team fire Billy Donovan. I think that's silly. I've gotten to talk to Billy Donovan a couple times in my life, and my business partner actually worked under him at one point. We think Billy's a great coach, so I like Billy a lot. What's up, Lucas? Have you ever scouted a Belgian player? I have not, but my grandparents are actually from Belgium. Funny enough, at least I don't think I've scouted a Belgian player. The Ringer has a cool draft big board showcase. Ooh, according to Fanspell, lottery is in 24 days. Hey, Hawks jumped up from 10, so anything is possible. That's facts. Anything is possible. What else is on here? There's like this team needs thing here, and I don't know how they actually measure this outside of just like pure quantity, if anything else. So I don't I don't actually know how that's determined. And this feels a little bit unnecessary because, like, you would think they would weight certain things. Like, what they should do is they should be like, hey, how many points per game are scored at each of these positions? Because then there's no way point guard would be like a severe need of the Golden State Warriors, right? Let's see. Damn, you know where they are? What do you mean? Like, damn, you know where they are? Oh, like my grandparents. Like, where are they from in Belgium? Tamani Camaro. Uh, ain't he Belgian? Is he Belgian? I didn't know that. My grandparents are dead though, so I don't know. I don't know exactly. So I don't know where from. No, I have no clue where they're from in Belgium. So yeah, this one's a little bit weird. What else do we got in here? This free agency thing we're definitely gonna use. I think this is kind of a cool tool here because you can filter it. And so if I'm like, okay, I just want to see guards right now. We're doing ideal offseason, right? We want to go get a point guard for the Suns or something like that. I can look through and be like, oh, maybe we can pick up a Dennis Schroeder or something. Probably not, but you get what it is. What we could take off like people with team options too, because like Scoot Henderson was like technically showing up there, and we don't necessarily care about him. So that's kind of a cool thing to look at. Kamara is Belgian. How did you get your coaching start? But probably won't play for them in Eurobasket. Yeah, I don't know why you'd play for the Belgian team in Eurobasket. I should turn my light on. Give me 1 second. There we go. All right, now you can see me like just a little bit clearer, at least. How did I get my coaching start? That's a great question. So basically, after your boy was done playing, even before I was done playing, I knew I wanted to be a coach, and so I just made that pretty clear to the people that I was around, and they started to give me some advice. I mean, I was always big on watching a lot of film and scouting and like analytics and stuff like that. Like I started to do this Google Sheet stuff like way before. I don't actually need this sheet anymore. So I'm gonna get rid of that. So I really wanted to get into coaching, and they just told me network. So before I was done playing, I just really started to get into networking. I got to start pretty much at the bottom, where it was just my job to kind of watch film and present what I thought to people, and I worked my tail off doing it, and they just kept on moving me up the ranks, and I just kept meeting people. I used to call like to this day I've got like 11,000 people in my contacts, and I've got like spreadsheets that tell me who I need to call each day and who I need to check in with each day, because it's all just a big networking game. And so by the time that I was like a quote unquote free agent coach for the first time, because the team that I got my start with wasn't going to be able to retain me, just because the spot was only even open because there was a donation made for my spot. And so I went out and looked, and I called in all my people, and I was like, hey, just trying to find a job. And it's really hard to find a coaching job, and most people are lucky if they get an offer and they take it right away. And that first summer I had like 8 or 9 offers on the table. At one point or another, actually, I was going to be the youngest full-time assistant coach in college basketball history at the Division I level, and I turned it down to go coach a Division II team for a little bit, because they gave me a shit ton more money to go there. And that D2 team was actually pumping out like pro players like it was nobody's business. So I went there for a little bit, and did my stuff there. I ended up getting meeting my business partner. We started our business at that time to kind of help ourselves like stand out in the coaching world. He was already at the NBA level. He got me a spot with a G League team doing like film and scouting and stuff like that. And then I got my first gig doing like player development at the NBA level, and now I'm here. So I ended up leaving coaching behind though, just because look, the coaching world is it's great. Like I loved it. Like I seriously, it was my dream job. It really, really was. But you work about 100-ish hours a week, and which I didn't mind. I loved it, right? Absolutely loved it. But my now wife and my family were like, hey, we haven't seen you in like 5 or 6 Christmases. Are you ever going to come home? And I was like, oh, I don't know. And so I went and talked to some coaches about it, and they were like, no, it's never going to get easy. It's never going to be easy to do stuff like that. You probably just never will be. And so I decided, dang, okay, I guess I've got this business. It's starting to do pretty well, and it's still around basketball, so maybe I can just do that instead. And I decided to leave coaching for what was just, I thought might just be a little bit, to try to see what the business could do. The business has done really, really well. And so I just did that instead, and I haven't gone back to coaching. And then I realized I probably wasn't going to go back to coaching because I like the life that I have, and that I can have some friends and, hang out with my wife and stuff, and, work reasonable hours, or at least more so when I want to. And so now I'm doing this, and I started YouTube because I was bored and I wanted to talk basketball with more people. How'd you make so many connections and networking? One is just reaching out to people. There was actually like a site that I joined called I'm trying to think if I want to say it. Actually, there's basically like a basketball coach's social media site that exists out there, and I'm actually not going to say it because I've been featured on their podcast a couple times, and you guys might be able to find me if you searched hard enough in there. So I probably won't say it, but basically, like, I joined that, and I just really started messaging people and meeting people. And one of the first people I messaged on there was my now business partner, who's an NBA coach right now. He's a full-time assistant for a team. And yeah, he helped connect me with a bunch more people. You go to events, you meet people, and I'm just a social person, so that's how I do things. Best player you coached? I'm not going to say that. Who's the coolest person or most interesting interaction you met in the basketball world? I did meet Shaq once. He came to the college that I was at, and he was opening up like a Krispy Kreme or like a Dunkin' Donuts in the town or something like that, and he shook my hand, and I've never felt so small as a person. Like, I've never felt so minuscule. Like, I'm 6'5", and I like when I was playing 6'5", 220, 225, so like pretty bulky dude for the most part, but like right now I'm about 207. I've been trimming a bit just so I can try to be a little more agile, and I'm older, so I don't need to be as bulky anymore. But yeah, Shaq made me feel minuscule. I remember telling him, I was like, I shook his hand, and he was, oh, hey, nice to meet you, right? And I literally said, I can see why nobody ever stopped you in basketball, and he just kind of laughed and kept walking. So that was my interaction with him, but kind of cool. But yeah, no, happy to answer the questions. I just what is this AVC stream? It's just a test. It's just a test. I wanted to see how this stuff was working and how to actually do it all, so that I could actually do some live streams on the channel every once in a while. I know nothing about streaming or anything like that, but just going, let's check on the Nuggets game. Oh, the halftime's over. Where are we at with things right now? So it's a 3-point game. I'm going to go back to watching this in just a second, most likely, but Clippers are up 3 right now. Is Zubac still just dominating? Yeah, Zubac is still kind of just like cooking them down there. It's kind of just James Harden feeding him. Chris Dunn doing his thing. This is going to be a great series, man. You can tell they're really keying in on Michael Porter in this game. Like, they are trying really hard to make sure he can't get any separation. But yeah, interesting. I can't believe we're getting Jalen Pickett in playoff minutes. That's kind of crazy. Some people would never wash their hands after shaking Shaq's, but AVC, he's him, so Shaq had to wash his. I don't know about that. Like I said, I felt so small. he like engulfed my hand, and I've got like, I can like, I can like palm a basketball and like, you know, walk around with it, go like this or whatever. I don't think I have a ball on me right now to show you. Maybe I'll do that another time because my basketball bag is in my car. But like he's massive. He is so large. Like I was literally like, I don't know what I would do. Like how would I stop you? And no one ever really did figure out how to stop him. So, you know, I thought it was Sun's off-season stream. No, I was just showing people the ideal off-season stuff. I think you guys are gonna get an ideal off-season video this week. I kind of want to post one. Where we'll try to rebuild the Suns and figure out how to solve this fucking mess. Because as of right now, where it stands with 5 roster spots left, we're negative $7 million into the second apron. Like, yes, Misic is on a team option. I'm almost certain he won't be back on the team next year, so that gets us out of the second apron instantly, and that gives us a little bit of trade flexibility. We'll be trading Kevin Durant in that video. We're probably going to try to trade Beal. Most likely, we'll see what happens. Because I think there would be people that would want Bradley Beal. But, yeah, is what it is. I'm Nostradamus. First thing I said pregame was Zubac winning him. This one, Zubac is going to be a really underrated player in this series. If you were to scout your past self as a prospect, what would your scouting report look like? I could tell you, like, my high school numbers and stuff. Like, I was very much like the Ben Simmons, but probably not as good of a defender type, where like I just did everything else and I didn't really look to score a ton. Like I had a couple games in high school time where it's like I'd have 7-8 points and I had 20 plus assists. Like I'm so serious. Like that's what I did. Like even to this day when I go and play in my pickup league, and I think I mentioned it in a video recently on the channel. I don't remember which one it was, but I was telling you guys some of my teammates in my elite pickup league were getting on my ass because I wasn't scoring enough, and they were like, hey, AVC, like fucking shoot the ball more, dude. Like you can get some buckets if you want. They were telling me I was playing like Alfred Payton because I was walking away with from some games with like 3 points and like 12 assists, and they were like, you can go do some other things. And so in my game that I played in on, I think it was Monday, I went 9 for 9 from 3, and I think I had like 3 layups as well, and I still had 8 assists, so that was kind of fun. I was just running around screens, popping, and like just bringing the ball up the court and just like tween hezzy pull up, like awesome. What else did we say in there? We need AVC to meet Giannis and see how small he is. I played against his brother in at one point, Kostas, and Alex was younger at that time, but Kostas fucked me up quite a bit, so there you go. Wemby meetup. Yeah, that'd be cool. Suns are cooked for a decade. Love the content, man. Gotta go, but I love the stream. By the way, Misic would probably sign in Europe. Yeah. Suns are so cooked unless they get a good retooling package for KD. That's going to be the one thing with this video that I'm going to try really hard to explain to people, is that the trade market just looks so much different, at least what I understand to be the trade market from the trade deadline. And like I think most people are going to be surprised for what people go for nowadays just because of how the trade rules are set up. So like it's probably not going to be the most impressive package in the world for Kevin Durant, but I think the key to the video is going to be how do we get enough solid players around Devin Booker to try to keep this team competitive somehow, because you're not tanking. This team needs to stay competitive. So it's going to be try to find some young guys, right? Try to find some guys that can contribute right away. It's still Kevin Durant. You just might not get like a haul of draft picks or something like that, and that might be how you have to go about things. So I don't know. We'll figure it out in there. But yeah, no, Misic is most likely gone right off the bat. So at least we can have some more trade flexibility or something like that. Like, do you really need a Royce O'Neal at this point? Hard to say. Grayson Allen could be valuable to someone. I don't know. You probably keep guys like Dunn and Iguodaro. Like, this 53rd pick is nice to have because it's just a cheap way to fill out the roster. See who we can find at the end of the first round. You could probably find someone. Picks are so much more valuable now. Yeah, that's true. It's because everyone traded like 5-6 picks in a row for things at one point, and it's just got too much. What's crazy is, according to Hoops rumors, Phoenix had Butler, Kuminga, Valanciunas first and swaps, but KD declined the deal. Yeah, that was kind of the word on things, it sounds like. But yeah, no, KD was probably just sick of shit, right? Like, sick of being traded. So I don't know. I'll be curious to see. But Anyway, y'all, I think I'm gonna call it here for this stream. I appreciate you guys joining for the test stream. I don't know when we're gonna stream again. Maybe I'll hop on like tomorrow night after games or something. My wife is out of town right now. She's actually in Europe. I think I mentioned she's gonna be there for a couple weeks. Just she's visiting her brother out there who's studying abroad, so I've got a little bit more time on my hands. But yeah, no, I appreciate you guys for tuning in seriously, and I've got a video ready for Monday. I'm not doing like game by game recaps. But yeah, no, awesome. Good first stream, everybody. Appreciate you all as always, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks so much.